God bless the flag, we all beating our chest. When it's peace, it's the same old game, the same old players, same old names. Right. My skin is my sin. My skin is my sin.
What's good, fam? Hey, Jay.
What is going on, big homie? How you feeling, man? How you feeling?
I'm all right. How about yourself?
I'm doing pretty well. Man. Happy to be here.
That's what's up. I can't complain.
You know, look, I would consider myself fashionably late. You know, we usually chop up game before we get the same rolling, but I'm here. You know, so.
I feel you. I mean, the other day, we was good.
Oh man, so what's going on with you, man? How you feeling today?
Oh man, just life. You know, pretty much. Yeah. Just some ups and downs, you know, but nothing I can't handle.
You know, you can take that a lot of ways. You feel me? I'm just gonna take it in the way where as though it's not beating you up. You feel what I'm saying? So I take it as a good thing.
Yeah, I'm good over this way, man. How about yourself, man? What's going on in Baltimore?
Oh yeah, I'm doing pretty well, but I did want to say this. April the 12th was actually the day that Freddie Gray was basically apprehended, where the footage came out. You feel what I'm saying? So I definitely wanted to just say rest in peace to Freddie Gray. You feel what I'm saying? You know, coming up, we're gonna have they're having like a march for Freddie Gray. I don't know if I'm gonna be attending or not, but you know, we're trying to keep him in our memories. You know, and basically just uplift his spirit and not, you know, dwell on everything else that was surrounding it, because obviously we all know what was surrounding it. So I didn't want to dwell on it too much, but definitely rest in peace to that brother. Hopefully everything is all in well with his family, and you know, we gotta keep it pushing.
No doubt, man. Definitely rest in peace, man.
Yeah, man. So
yeah, that's tough. That's just it just, you know, it's just when you think about the whole scenario, man, it's just fucked up.
Yeah, man, and what really makes it so crazy is because, I mean, I know firsthand, me and you, and a lot of people that's out there listening, we seen similar situations, but not in that way. You know, so when this broadcast, for the world to see, you know, brothers like me and you, like, you know, this happens all the time. You feel what I'm saying? And not saying it and like to glorify it, but we're just like, you know, like we kind of we shouldn't be immune to it, but we kind of are. You feel what I'm saying? Because of how we was raised. But what other people, I mean, but the footage was definitely only watched it once, especially when it was explaining.
Yeah, that was tough.
Yeah, when it was explaining all of the things that happened to him, you know what I mean, like 90% of his spinal cord broke. He couldn't move his legs, and they was just dragging him, trying to make him stand, and his legs didn't even look realistic. You know, they were just bent and all. It was, yeah. You know, it wasn't cool. It wasn't cool at all.
Yeah, we're definitely, you know, we get any information on what's going on. It's two more cases. Are they going to retry the first officer?
Yes.
You know, the one that, okay. So, you know, we get any updates, we'll keep y'all posted on that, man. And y'all know we don't really talk about much for the first 15. Well, I won't say talk about much, but we don't necessarily focus on the topic in the first 15, 20 minutes. Another thing I wanted to do, man, I want to salute Kobe Bryant. You know, 20 years, man, of greatness. Then the last game of your career, you dropped 60. Salute to him, man. Salute to the Golden State Warriors, man, for breaking the record. Like, it was a good day for basketball yesterday.
And I want to go on the record and say I am one of the biggest Kobe haters in the world, but you can't hate on it, you know. I didn't watch the game yesterday, but I did watch the highlights. And I made a post this morning hating on Kobe, but I got the confirmation. I did. I made I was like, oh my God, he shot the ball 50 times. But when I talked to a Kobe fan, which would be my cousin, he was like, well, you have to understand this happened. He was telling him to shoot the ball, and I was like, damn, now I feel stupid. You know, I wanted to delete the post, but it had so many comments. I was like, you know, make my page look good. So I had to keep it up. Y'all know that's how y'all be thinking sometimes. You feel what I'm saying? You want to delete it, but you got so many comments, like my page popping.
Right, yeah.
But
I feel that. Man. Yeah. Maybe just tell him you're trolling and all is forgiven.
Yeah, that's basically like you know just playing, right? You know just playing. Yeah, definitely. Just
we got a couple of callers already on hold.
Oh,
you know.
Yeah. Okay. So what we gonna talk about today, Jobs? You feel what I'm saying?
Is being conscious the new religion?
This is gonna be a good one, man. It's definitely gonna be.
And I posted the definition of religion in the event. Oh, and before we really get started, I want to let y'all know y'all tune in to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everybody. We only have one rule, and that's be respectful. And so, like I was saying, I did post the definition of religion. And what I guess the question more so is the practice, if you can even say that about being conscious. You know, people's cliquish nature in ideologies, and where it's kind of stringent. You know, you have to be a certain way, you have to think a certain way, or your actions have to be a certain way to be quote unquote down with whoever. And then they put down other people. You know, it's almost becoming like Catholics and Protestants, Muslims and Christians, you know, where it's almost the same type of ideology if you really get down to you simplify it, but it's the intricacy of each particular ideology that makes people feel a certain type of way about how somebody else is thinking. And we go hard about it. It's ridiculous sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, and sometimes the argument is so endless. It's like you will see the same couple people having the same quote-unquote debate for weeks. You know,
yes.
Is that or is that, you know, and then people tell you to think freely. You know, I want you to be an independent thinker until you disagree with them.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to let you handle that side of it. I can't do that. I'm going to interject as well. You know I'm going to interject. But I know how you feel. I know how you feel about it and your approach about it. So I want to, if Jobs, if you don't mind, I want to talk about a story that me and you had a conversation a long time ago, right? And I think we had a disagreement on it when I was speaking on. I felt as though someone wanted to convert me into their religion. He was like, "Nah, I don't think they was trying to."
Right.
I wanted to use that as a stepping stone for how people probably want to convert you to being conscious. Now, I mean,
okay.
Does that kind of connect? You feel what I'm saying? You know, I won't say. Yeah, I won't say that. And this is not me like bagging on religion or nothing like that. Because I think that people that's really down with their faith, they have a very good heart, and they might not exactly know how hard they're coming at somebody that might not be or might not have made a decision yet, so it might be intimidating. And that is definitely something that goes along as far as the conscious community. You know, sometimes, you know, like somebody can just be asking questions, and if a person doesn't have the answer, it can almost result to name calling. Luckily, most of these conversations happen on social media because in person they might just break out into just full-blown fist fights. You feel me? Because insults will get You know, and songs to get the flying because it depends on what person you're talking to, how deep they feel about being conscious. But it is a rare few people out there that can understand and that can walk you through how they feel. And they wouldn't mind you listening to them and then just, all right, I'll take that with me. I didn't make my decision yet, but you did make some good points, and I'll talk to you later.
I feel that. Hey, what I'm going to do right now, man, let me read the episode info, and then we're going to get to 2492 right quick, and we got 9075 after that. We have leaders who could be viewed in the same light as pastors. We have people who instantly rebuke you if you don't buy into their ideology. We argue amongst cliques as to whose thought process is best. Has consciousness become a new religion? With that being said, we're going to jump into it with 2492.
Did you say I repeat?
What's going on, fam?
What's going on, big homie, man?
Hey, no, man. Peace to everybody, man. Peace to all black nations. My skin is my sin nation, all that, man. So, I love this topic. Whoever picked the topic, it was a dope topic, man. First off.
I did want to, not to cut you off. We come up with topics like this. We were just chopping up game one morning, and like we both paused at the same time, like, yo, that would be kind of dope to talk about. So it was a collective. It was a collective effort, pretty much.
I dig it. So, I honestly think, all right. So let me make my claim first. I don't do religion, and I've noticed the trend of a lot of people stating that they're conscious as almost as the new shield to say I'm anti-religion. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I personally argue in religion.
So,
big homie. Yeah, you kind of breaking up a little bit. We with you though.
Hold on. Let me. Hold on.
Okay.
All right.
Well, that brother making sure his reception is well.
Yeah. All right. So a lot of people hide behind that. You know what I mean? But if it's Hotep, Shalom, Assalamu Alaikum, Hallelujah, whatever, man, it don't matter. You know what I mean? To me, I'm able to separate the religion, the conscience, whatever it is that you believe in. You know what I'm saying? Like for instance, a personal story for me. AJ, you know my people, man. You know my pops. Yo, my pops was an addict some years back. Yo, Islam saved my father's life. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I don't believe in none of that. But how in the hell can I tell my pops that Allah ain't real? You know what I mean?
I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's no way in hell I can tell my pops that Allah ain't real because Allah saved this and changed this entire life around. So what I do is, it's just a matter of respect for other people's beliefs, man. You know what I mean? Me, like I always think, I don't believe. I want facts. I want facts. You know what I mean? I don't want no maybe. I don't know whatever. And if you don't know, you don't know. But it was good for the goose is good for the gander, man. It depends on what works for you. You know what I mean? If you're a Muslim, be the best Muslim that you could possibly be. You know what I mean?
Yes.
For me, I'm in the art of mastering Jerome. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the art of mastering Jerome. You know what I mean? And I've studied several different religions. I mean, whether it's from the 5%, you know what I mean, 5% nation to Islam. I study Islam as well. You know what I mean? And some Buddhism. You know what I mean? I just think you can study. I just think it's all religion is nothing but everybody using different maps trying to get to one location. You understand what I'm saying? Everybody taking different routes, man. That's all it is, trying to get to one big party.
Right.
That's all it is, man. Like I separate religion, period. That's what people don't understand is that that's what's separating us. Man, screw them labels, yo. Screw the labels. And let's get together, man. I don't care if you Hebrew, you know what I mean? I don't care about none of that. It don't matter to me. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I ain't got to go ahead.
I want to say this because I totally agree with you. In recipes of Dr. Khalid Muhammad. His last speech, you feel what I'm saying? You can go to YouTube, you can find it right there. At the beginning of his speech, he was basically explaining to black people, you feel what I'm saying, how your religion can basically put up a barrier to separate you from other people that look just like you if we're all being oppressed. Now, he made it as a joke, but it was very serious. We all know how Khalid Muhammad talks. You know, he was just like, he was basically like making an example of how religious people are. And he was using all different religions. He was like, a Christian go to the bathroom like, I just had a mean bowel movement. Praise the Lord. You know, and, you know, he was talking about the Muslim like, I just mean this, you know, this good dinner. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. So, basically, what he was saying is, we understand your beliefs and your religion and whatever you follow, but you kind of block people out that don't follow the same thing you follow if you're just bombarding them. And you might not be doing it purposely. You might not be doing it purposely. And I think that's where a lot of people get it confused. I don't take it as people doing it purposely, you feel what I'm saying? But I do want to kind of connect that as far as the conscious community, because that's kind of what the topic is about. You feel what I'm saying? So, and I feel as though a lot of people hurt. Do you want to say something?
You know, the same thing happens when, you know, you have somebody that believes strongly in bashing religion, or they believe strongly that, you know, you shouldn't sag your pants. I've seen people literally like want to argue for an hour over sagging pants. I understand each side, I get it, but in the grand scheme, that's just
where we going?
Such like a thing to me. For y'all to be beefing, like literally upset with each other over something as simple as that. Are we becoming too strict where we're becoming almost what we're fighting? Does that make sense?
Oh, it makes a lot of sense.
It makes sense. Yeah,
we all see it firsthand. You feel me? It could be via social media. It could be via face to face, and you just watching. You're just observing. You feel me? Rest in peace to Storm. You remember Storm Edie, brother, right? I never forget. They had a debate over what the name of a yarmulke was. And they was about to really fight over that. And I would never forget it, because I said, I was just like, you know what, the name just doesn't matter. And they were just like, you know, I ain't going to say my nickname around the way. They were just like, AJ, really? And they looking at me like they want to fight me now. You feel? I'm like, yo, the shit doesn't, I don't mean to cuss, but it just doesn't matter. We sitting in here chilling, and y'all talking about the name of a hat.
Yeah. I know a cat. I used to work with this cat, man, and this dude, I've never seen somebody who could read a book and retain all the information and read the page for you bar for bar. You know what I mean? Yeah. And when he found himself, well, I guess when he became conscious, every opportunity he could, he banged on every Christian that worked with us. I'm talking about, like, they was running from this dude. Like, when I talk about he banged on Christians, he banged on Christians. Like, it was not, like, that's the only thing, and I think people like to use that, obtain the knowledge, and when you spew it back out, because them bars, those are sharp bars, man. You know what I mean? When you debating and you're short, your sword sharp, man. They no cuts is deep. Them cuts is deep. Them cuts is deep. You know what I'm saying? Them cuts is deep. And them cuts is deep, man. Y'all know firsthand, man. We all three of us have had a debate with somebody and pulled that card, and they're like, well, fuck it then. You know what I'm saying? Like, when ain't nothing else to say. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing else to say about it. You know what I mean? You pull up Caesar Borgia picture, and they're like, or explain Serapis. The Bible say, oh, nah, dog, come on, man. Right. You know what I mean? Nah, when you pull that card, man, but you have to understand, though, you're literally pulling somebody's lifeline when you're doing that.
Correct.
Can you imagine knowing something, believing something your entire life, going to adulthood, when you raising your children with this, and you had the rug snatched from under your feet to find out it's all a sham? People will lose their ever-loving minds. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And people use religion as a shield.
They do, and the flip side of that, though, is that people also use knowledge as a sword unnecessarily.
To combat, yeah.
Not to say that we shouldn't use knowledge as a sword. I think we should be more disciplined in when we pull the sword out, and how you know, you ain't gonna use it to kill every time. You know, a flesh wound gonna get your opponent's attention. You know, and sometimes maybe you need to just give them repeatedly to kind of build on that if you try to teach them something. You know,
correct.
But sometimes we get so. You know, I think, and I've heard people, talk about like the stages of being conscious, and that anger stage, and that anger stage is usually when it occurs.
Some people don't leave it. Some people don't leave it.
Right, and I think that's the problem. Hey, we gonna bring 9075 in on the conversation if y'all don't mind.
Oh, of course. Okay, yeah. I want.
What's up, family?
What's going on?
This Ron up. What's up, y'all?
Oh, Ron up, big homie. What's going on, big homie?
Ain't not much, man. So I was, this was an interesting show. I wanted to, get a couple points on. I don't want to hold y'all up, but the brother Jerome definitely stole my thunder as far as the points he made. I agree 100% with you, brother. 100%.
Nah, that's all love. That's all love, brother.
100%. Right on board. The label thing, like I know I said this before. Like I hate the labels. And if y'all want to label, if we want to label, use labels. I'm gonna label myself. I'm to the point where just about the frustration that I'm seeing with our people, and just getting frustrated more and more by the day about the state of where we at and how far we gotta go to get the ship moving in the right direction. Is like somebody label me like an extremist. I'm far I'm pretty much, you know how the media labels extremists, the Islamic groups, they're extremists, but I'm extremist for my people.
Correct.
And I explain it. You know what I'm saying? We gotta be that way because we're so far behind. Like we're fighting against somebody who got their foot on our necks. So we can't, you know what I'm saying? Right. We ain't no time for being complacent in that. So how can we, like another example, like we had a post the other day about the Ice Cube, they're boycotting the movie and all that. I know Jobs didn't really agree with what the brother said on the video or whatever, and I respect that. I respect it. But my thing is, it's more about our people needing to be more extreme and only caring about ourselves and not cater to no other people. We need to be catering to ourselves. Like, I'm gonna give an analogy of us as if you're out in the street with your family and y'all wild, y'all running around and your kids over here doing this and your wife over there doing that, and you as the king, as the man of the house, you're gonna take your family in the house and you're gonna make sure all your family members in the house, and y'all ain't coming out until y'all get your shit straight. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
That's the type of thing our people need to be about. We don't got time to be catering to nobody else's feelings. We need to be catering to ourselves and figuring out what we need to do to get this thing right, so we can really start combating this enemy, and that's what it is. Like, for Common and all them and Cube to come out and say that they want to unite and be kumbaya with somebody who don't want to do that with us, that's backwards.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
See,
that was my point. Yeah, go ahead.
I would say this. You feel what I'm saying? There's nothing wrong with unification. Is the people? All right, put it like this: if we're going to unificate with the other side, but if our side don't have our things together, we need to worry about us. We need to worry about what's going on now.
Right.
You feel me? It's like if we're going to run a football play, I got the wide receivers. They running flat routes. You feel what I'm saying? But it's a running play. You need to be blocking. We're not on the same page.
Exactly.
We don't know what's going on.
Exactly. Great analogy. Great analogy. And go ahead.
My thing with that whole situation is that, first off, there's an assumption that they just made that song to be kumbaya with white people. Maybe they just made that song not even thinking along those lines.
Okay,
My second point would be
my fault.
We tend to, like, for every black celebrity, we find a way to kind of tear them down. And what we're doing is we're telling you that becoming too successful is a bad. And it's not a bad
wait a
thing.
minute, hold on. I will say this though. Hear me out though. See now, the thing is, we.
Somebody banging on a hammer or some or something.
I'm still here. Hello.
Yeah, we here.
Oh, y'all here? Okay, go ahead, AJ.
You were saying something.
No, AJ was saying. AJ was about to say something, right?
Yeah, I thought so. He must have accidentally muted himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Oh.
He do that occasionally.
Yeah, I hear you. Is it like y'all hear any background from me, or y'all good?
No, we good.
Y'all can hear me clear?
Nothing big.
Okay. All right. Cool. But
my thing with the whole Ice Cube thing is that another thing is that sometimes I think we get so stuck on one. Yeah, I can hear some background now.
All right, I'm on mute.
All right. We get stuck sometimes on one incident in their lives that we forget about the totality, or we don't give them the opportunity to get to a certain point where they can give back. Like, I know a lot of people over the last year, myself included, were surprised to find out a lot of things that Jay-Z and Beyonce were doing. And Jay-Z and
I was shocked.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And they bailed my man out in Baltimore.
Right. You know, but they caught a lot of shit from a lot, especially from a lot of people, myself included, about what they quote unquote weren't doing. They just did it in the way that was best for them.
So let me ask y'all a question, because I missed out. I had to mute because I was taking care of business real quick. How do y'all feel that we should be putting more pressure on all these people that our community is idolizing? You think there should be more pressure put on them to do more?
Definitely.
I agree. I think right. They're definitely in position.
They're in position to do. And I'm like John was saying, you don't know what they're doing behind the scenes. Right. So I agree with that. I don't mean to come off all hard on them because they made or because they're in a better position or they're able to do. But like I said, I'm an extremist, man. Like people, we got to get on board. Everybody got to get on board because we losing, like, period. And that's just it. Like, we got to get on board.
It's beyond losing. We getting our ass whooped. Like, we getting like stomped out. We getting stomped out. Like it's bad.
Yo. Can y'all hear me?
So yeah, we hear you.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to quickly say this about the whole Ice Cube and Common situation. Now, it's touchy because I'm 50% on the side of what you're saying right now, and I'm 50% on the side of what Jobs is saying. And what I mean by the 50% is the things that Ice Cube has built up, you feel what I'm saying? He switched his image from one side to another, which is actually positive because people get older and people have children and you don't want all these negative images, but you still want to be yourself. The thing on the other side that I agree with Ron Nello is about Common. You feel what I'm saying? As far as him, because he made a lot of crazy statements within the past year and a half. You feel what I'm saying? Like, racism wouldn't exist if everybody loved each other. And
he cooled out. Common cooled out, dog. He cooled out.
You feel like it did, like, you named your daughter Asada. You feel what I'm saying? After Asada Shakur, but then you gotta bring this, like, 60-year-old white female that now, like, she's gonna be the stepmother of a baby named Asada Shakur. Like, it's just, see, so I get it on both angles. You feel what I'm saying? It's really not even about his mate. It's just about some of the statements that he claimed because he know they're not true. You feel what I'm saying? Because if we try to, let's be honest. You feel what I'm saying? Because we're not talking about all white people, so let's put that disclaimer out there right now. But if we're talking about the dominant society, you feel what I'm saying? That once you not only oppress black people, but people of color all over this globe, we should know for a fact that basically trying to be friends with them is not going to help us because we've been doing that shit for years. So why would we even say that?
Right. Exactly.
So the standpoint that no, my bad. Go ahead.
Niggas is scared, yo. I mean, like that's like right now you extremists. Like we extreme brothers, dog. Like listen, I totally agree with you. Niggas is scared. Niggas is scared. That's just flat out what it is.
Right.
The same.
And you know what? It's not only being scared. Like when people say that they're scared, like, oh, you're scared to just punch a white person in the face when you say it, but just fight white people when you say it. No, people are scared to be unapologetically black. I won't tell any white person in their face I'm black first. A white person don't have to tell me they white first because they already benefit from being white. They don't even have to say the shit.
Facts. That fear is it's subjective, and that's where we had a problem. Like your definition of being unapologetically black may be different than mine. And there's not like a consensus for stuff. You know, somebody's conscience is totally different to somebody else, and they argue over the specifics of those terms.
Yeah, but and see, I feel as though like we was talking about the stages of being conscious, correct? I feel as though that when you get to a certain stage, you don't indulge in those conversations no more. Most of the people that you get into those arguments about are on stage 2, which would be the anger stage. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you already know what you stand for, you feel me? Nobody can question your stance. Nobody can question it. You feel me? Like nobody can question how I feel about black people. It just cannot happen anymore. You feel me? I'm not chasing anybody that I see anymore that's black and try to just give them knowledge. Either you ride with me or I'm going to wait for you. You feel what I'm saying? And I would like to give a shout out to my brother. This is my brother in real life. You feel what I'm saying? He waited for me. But as soon as he seen me hop on board, he was just like, come on in, nigga. You know what I mean? I didn't even say it like that, but that's how he said, like, come on in. The doors open.
You got to be planting them, but planting seeds, man. It's planting seeds, and when it grows, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow on its own. You know what I mean? It don't need no coaching.
Exactly.
Right.
Let me make one more point, y'all, before y'all let me go.
We do have another call on hold. Yeah, we can hear you, but hold on one second, Sam. We do got another call on hold. I want to let y'all know that.
Okay.
Let's take one to you next. And
Hello?
I'm trying to really word it correctly. Like, we have some quote unquote leaders, and I know everybody does not that term, but we have some leaders that we seem to give a pass for certain behaviors, and then we have some leaders that we seem to criticize for every move they make. Is that helpful?
True.
Is that necessary?
So can we start criticizing these pastors? Can we start boycotting these churches? Can we? I'm dead serious, man. Can we start boycotting these churches?
I ain't gonna lie, man. Let's keep it 100, man.
The churches, man.
Come on. I mean, all right. Let's talk about.
Do you go to church?
Excuse.
Who's that? Me? Who, me? Nah, I am the church.
Well, you already boycotting the churches then.
No, I'm talking about the actual building, the one where people go in there and do backflips and toss out money. You know what I mean?
Hey, Jones, I'll tell you like this, real talk. When we grew up at, for real, we was literally surrounded by churches. It's like we were so close to a church, you don't have to go inside of it.
My church was a corner store, yo.
That's like literally. I'm dead serious. Like, I could walk outside my house, or my old house, you feel what I'm saying? Well, actually, my new house where I live at. You know that big-ass church around the corner road? But that's a whole other story. And see the church. You feel what I'm saying? So let's really, so the question is, if we're gonna question leaders, correct? These people are the pillars of the black community. I do not see how I don't see the changes that these churches are breaking into our communities. You feel what I'm saying? Because where I used to live at, it was 3 churches within a 2-block radius. No, it's 4. It's 4. It was one at the top of 43rd. It's one at the top of Springfield. It's one on York Road, and there's one on Old York Road. It's 4 of them. 4.
Right.
Okay, I got you.
This is within a 2-mile radius. It's in a 2-mile radius.
It's not even 2 miles. It's not even 1 mile. We used to. It's like so. To basically to kind of piggyback off what he was saying is, if we're going to question leaders, we consider our pastors leaders because they're definitely taking a large percentage of the money in our community. If your pastor drives a Phantom, hear me out. If your pastor drives a Phantom and your block is deprived, you feel what I'm saying? It's a problem going on. It's a problem. If your pastor don't live in your neighborhood, it's a problem. We have to be realistic. We have to be realistic.
This is all that I'm saying. Now go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
But at the same time, it shouldn't be, being successful should not be a thing. Because every pastor gets thrown in with the same argument, and every pastor is not like that.
That's true. All pastors aren't the same.
A lot of them like that, yeah. Unfortunately, there are, and yet,
bro,
they need to be.
You see pastors of Hollywood, pastors of Beverly Hills. Who driving a church in a Lambo? He pulling a church in a Lambo, dog. He said it's coonery, it's buffoonery. Oh, I sound like Stephen A. Smith right now. Whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, it's ridiculous. Like, it angers me because I'm like, at this point, we are in a dire need of leadership, organization. Who has more power in the community than the church?
So basically, I do want to say this. So let's be realistic. The pastors of these churches in these neighborhoods, if we're going to call out YouTube leaders, they don't hold 1/10 of what these pastors in these black neighborhoods hold. So basically, the YouTube leaders shouldn't even get half of our breath if we're going to talk about these pastors in these neighborhoods. We got to be realistic. We don't even need to even talk about them.
Right.
Every neighborhood holds a significant amount of weight. That's just not true. Now, are there amount of churches? Yes, there are. It's the same thing in Detroit. A liquor store and a church on damn near every corner. I feel you on that. It's ridiculous. Right. The ones that are not doing what they're doing right can definitely be held accountable. I'm not disagreeing at all. However, there's a reason that those idiots that they showed on the pastors of Hollywood was on TV. It's propaganda just like everything else. They want everybody to think that everybody that preaches the quote-unquote gospel is some type of crook. And that just ain't true. That's all
No. I mean, that might be the way it came off, but that's I wouldn't say that. You feel what I'm saying? I wouldn't say that. I mean, because similar to the story that my brother Rome brought up, you feel what I'm saying, about him finding his people's finding religion. My father found religion as well. I'm actually really cool with that pastor. You feel what I'm saying? He's actually a good dude. I don't know what he do in that specific community. You feel what I'm saying? However you say it. But I know that. But I know that he's a good brother. I do know that. But okay, let's talk about one of the pastors that is actually like walking distance away, that's on TV on a regular basis. His name is Jamal Bryant. Everybody know who he is. He was on Omarosa show. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. He's constantly on all these syndicated networks, so we know who he is. And honestly, Rome, what has he done for Old York Road?
A damn thing. For the building, rent a building.
Exactly. So we're not speaking from a standpoint where we're just guessing. You feel me?
Smash the congregation's daughters.
Like I say, I'm not disputing what you're saying. I'm just saying, I would be unfair to either side. I don't want to say that every conscious leader is out just for self. That's totally not the truth. The majority of people actually love us and are doing it for us. But the same can be said for pastors. You know, the majority is broke. You know, work another job, doing it. You know, from my experience, and then you have those few that obtain an obscene amount of wealth and don't do shit.
I mean, hey, John, let's be realistic. In like 2 years from now, you feel what I'm saying? We keep this grind going. Somebody might put us in that same category. So, of course, I agree with what you're saying. You know I agree with what you're saying. You feel what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's why I want to make it very clear, like, that I'm not making a blanket statement about all pastors. I don't want to do that. You feel what I'm saying? That would be wrong.
I'm not in a position to be leading nobody. Ain't nobody saying that about me, bro. But we're going to get to 0612. Hey, definitely. I still got you on, man. Every time I have to mute you, because it's like you was in a wind tunnel.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the bus. I'm on the bus right now. On Greyhound train. But yeah, I just want to make one more point. Then I'm gonna get off. Let y'all get somebody else on. But as far as consciousness being a religion, whatever you want, consciousness being awoke, knowing what's up, whatever you want to call it, it's not a religion. I don't think it's considered a religion. It's got to be a way of life. You got to eat, sleep, breathe it. It's part of what we. It's about survival. So this is consciousness, or whatever label you want to call it, is a necessity for us, and it can't be reduced to a religion. It has to be a way of life. We have to look at it like it's a way of life, because it's what's going on. It's what's really happening out here. They got to be part of our. They got to be part of our. Hello? Yeah.
That was a bar. That's a bar.
You know what I'm saying? But I just want to, let that let's make that one point, and then, y'all let y'all do y'all thing. I'm going to continue to listen, and y'all get y'all the caller. Salute y'all, brothers. I appreciate y'all as always. And, I respect y'all.
That's peace, brother. That's peace.
I love to all my people.
Man, stick around, man. It's going to get intense, brother. You feel what? So look. Let me ask a question. So, would you see if I was to follow anybody, or a so-called pastor, or whomever, like, it's gonna have to be somebody like, all right, like Martin Luther King was a pastor, right? But he was a revolutionary too. You know what I'm saying? Like, he was a revolutionary too, and that's the problem. We don't have no revolutionary pastors out here, man. You know what I mean? He's in here buck dancing for tax breaks. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, and that's one thing I can credit to Jamal Bryant for real, because he did call those pastors out that went with Trump. You feel what I'm saying? And they had that closed meeting. He did call them out.
Let me get this other call in right quick, man. We're gonna get to 0612. They've been holding about 20 minutes, man. So my apologies for that. We can get to you right quick. What's good, fam? 0612. Going once? Going twice? I heard something. Maybe that was the remix. I'll try to get back to you.
Yeah, that's.
But you know what? But you know what? Okay, let's keep the focus on the topic at hand. We have to let's look at it as how it doesn't even have to be a conscious leader. It could be people in the conscious community. You feel what I'm saying? That will carry it like a religion. You feel me? Because a lot of people, for instance, you feel what I'm saying, that would be put on a pedestal would tell you that I am not a leader. You feel me? I actually learned a great slogan from one of these people that would be considered a leader, and I run with it because I feel the same way. You feel me? Because at one day I might actually meet that status. And he said that I am not a leader because black people let their leaders get killed. Let's be realistic. I am not a leader. I'm a regular dude just like you. I just have a little bit of knowledge and I want to share it with y'all, and I have a platform to share it with y'all. You feel me? So we have to look at the people within this leader that doesn't want to be a leader in his congregation, which would be his congregation, the people that follow him. They can ridicule other people because they don't fully agree with that agenda. So if we're going to talk about the conscious community becoming a new religion, most of the people that we consider just that the people have so much faith in this person because he speaks so well, we talk so well, we know so much knowledge that his followers, his flock, would basically hop on anybody else that don't agree with him. So it's not even really an aim towards the leaders. It's more about the people in the community that take it as a religion.
Right. Honestly,
I see what you're saying, but if you look at the way, like what Ronell said, I thought was interesting when he said that we need to practice 24/7 being awake. Somebody in a religion will tell you exactly the same thing about their particular religion. You should be a Protestant 24/7. Similarity. You have somebody at the top who has set out some type of guidelines, whatever the guidelines are, you know, whether it be biblical, you should follow these scriptures or whatnot, or spiritual, you should follow this particular ideology or way of life. Similar.
Okay.
You know, there's a lot of similarities, and it's just like people are now kind of getting entrenched, and it worries me. And I'll be honest about that. It worries me that people are getting so dug in their positions that it has become a lot like religion. That people, even the smartest people with the most knowledge, don't listen anymore.
Yeah, you got a point with that. Definitely got a point.
I agree.
And that
I totally agree.
That gives me a lot. You know, because the whole essence of being awake is really to think for yourself, and people
and be open-minded.
You've seen that. You know, they don't want you to think for want you to think for yourself that's like them. And not
okay. All right, these two things coincide with each other. Fuck it. I'm just about to just break the bank open. I had to cuss for it. You feel what I'm saying? F it. You feel what I'm saying? I got to do it. We're going to have to talk about black leaders, you feel what I'm saying, that's in our community, and Hebrew Israelites. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. Because if Hebrew Israelites connect themselves, they're saying that we are the original Jews and we are the original people. You feel what I'm saying? This also falls under the same guideline as a religion as well, or belief. So a lot of people say it's not a religion, it's a belief. You feel what I'm saying? Or they just tell you it's facts. You feel me? So now let's really look at it. These two things coincide with each other. Being like a lot of people feel as though they're being awake as a black person and understanding who they are. You feel what I'm saying? But at the same time, they still follow a book. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So if everything is circled around the book, how or what really are you?
That's
everything is circled. I'm just saying, man. I told you I had to cuss for it. I had to cuss.
That's a good question, though. You know, that is, and maybe that is, you know, part of the scenario. You know, is that we need a better, healthy balance between knowledge and today. If you
somebody secretary on the phone. God damn, my man making moves.
You ain't lying.
That was,
you know, but knowing
that was an office phone.
I think we just need a better application of the knowledge that we are acquiring, and be able to translate it in today's society a little bit more better amongst each other, killing each other for having a different thought process.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie though, man. You feel me? I can say that I ain't gonna say I was sipping the juice, but I will say that when I felt as though I was fully awake, I like putting myself in categories that I talk about because I don't want to feel holier than thou or I'm better than thou. But once I really got that work as far as waking up and being conscious, you feel what I'm saying? I wanted to tell everybody. Everybody don't want to hear that shit. Let's be 100. You feel what I'm saying?
You want to hear that shit, Sharif?
Thank you. You feel what I'm saying? But you feel me? In stages. But with somebody, I feel as though it's two things. When somebody say on that stage, they're just good with the minor information they got, or they got an agenda behind it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's one or the other. You feel what I'm saying? Because you can be conscious and be open-minded at the same goddamn time.
Totally agree with that. That's kind of my stance.
You feel me? I'm open-minded is talking about the cussing act. I'm very open-minded. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm willing to listen. But once I ask you a question and you say, oh, the white man told you to question this, you feel what I'm saying? Oh, okay, all right, bye. You feel what I'm saying? All right, I'm done with you. You feel what I'm saying? Don't say that.
Like, don't deflect. If I do ask you a question, it's because I honestly want to answer. You know, and to question the fact that I haven't, we should have questions. That's how we grow. You know, and to deflect and say, well, you know, to demean somebody for their question, especially a lot of times it really is just a simple question. And, you know, some people, yeah, they are trying to be assholes. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, I was just about to touch on that too.
Generally speaking, it's people, you know, really don't know and would like an answer. And to dismiss them as, you know, like you said, the white man got you asking that question. No, I just don't know. Don't put me down. I'm not going to ask you any more questions.
Yeah, I mean, and I think that these type of conversations need to happen. You feel what I'm saying? These need to happen on a regular basis. You feel what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, we are in the, like, I can't even call it a rebuild stage because nothing is really being built right now. We're at a gathering stage. You feel what I'm saying? Because more people are actually starting to care about. Exactly, pretty much. You feel what I'm saying? I ain't want to say be awoke or aware. You know, it's not cliche, but you hear it so much. I just want it to be different. You know? But basically, yeah, they're being awakened. And now we have, if anybody is trying to learn, I'm more than willing to chop up game with them. You feel me? But sometimes you can have somebody that's trying to mock you. You feel what I'm saying? Like, oh yeah, so you awoke. You feel what I'm saying? So, but you work for the white man. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they will actually do shit like that. Like, do you even know how racism works? You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Even if you own your own business, your money is still being processed by white people. So it does, like, you have to understand how racism is so global. You feel what I'm saying? So people will hit you with trick bag questions. At first, I really couldn't understand those questions. And I just be like, get out my face. You feel what I'm saying? But now I'm so well rounded. It came from being open minded and understanding.
Hey,
you feel what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Yeah.
AJ, let's take this.
I apologize.
No problem. Oh no, you good, man. We're about to just take this other caller. It's just all.
I know. As soon as I hear that AJ for real, I'm babbling. As soon as I hear that AJ, yeah. That's why I was like, oh, my bad.
Hold on, man. Let's
I hate y'all.
next caller. What's good, family? Hello.
Greetings. How you guys doing?
Hey.
All right, yourself.
How you doing?
Hi. Do you know me?
No, but we would like to get to know you. What did you know?
Okay. Well, you said that as though I am familiar. Well, I want to answer the question, but I'm going to answer this question with a question because I'm going to use a metaphor, but I don't want anyone to be offended. I'm just using this metaphor as a vehicle to get where I'm trying to take you all in answering this question. All right, so if we went into a vacant house and that house had mice or rats, let's say rats, and we chased the rats, would they run from us? Would they scatter?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that is correct. Now, why, let me say this, because here's where I'm going with this. The rat will run when you move towards it, if you throw something at it, or if you move in its direction, because it is conscious of you and itself. It's aware that you are there and that you may be able to do something to harm it. So what am I saying here? It is nothing to be conscious. Even a rat or a roach or a bug is conscious. What people should be asking is, am I conscientious? Meaning, am I mindful of the complex densities that need to take place in my mind in order to solve problems, in order to navigate complex emotions. So what I'm saying here is everybody says, oh, I'm conscious, oh, I'm awake. Yeah, but even rodents are awake and conscious. That doesn't mean anything. So I'm just so sick of virtual gurus and these so-called $2 scholars. I'm just so sick of it all. And this is prophetic. I'm gonna give a prophetic warning. I'm gonna tell you what I see, because I'm an avid reader. I've been reading for many, many years. I'm gonna tell you this. This conscious community right here is going to be used as the whipping post for what do they call it? Gang stalking, and the legislation that's going to be propelled forward for how to control and curtail the internet. Now, you just mark my word. So many of these people are going to go to jail, and their laws are going to come out of this as to what you can and cannot do. You just mark my word. Big many people are going to go to jail. I see it.
They're going to bring McCarthyism back.
I believe it. There you go. You already know where I'm going with this. Because what's going to happen is this. First of all, we need to understand, have you ever went somewhere and you didn't quite know where you were going and you didn't write directions down, but you had a sneaking feeling, although the view was pretty, you knew you were getting lost the further you drove without checking your Google Maps on your phone? That's what this community is like. They don't understand they're being watched. I believe they're being watched. I believe plenty of people are going to go to jail. I believe that gang stalking laws are going to come out of this, and I believe that there are people. I believe that there are people behind the Hebrew Israelite community, because what we fail to realize is this. Here's what we fail to realize.
So you said so basically you're saying that it might be agents, you feel what I'm saying, fueling this new movement pretty much.
Can I tell you why? Because look at this. While we don't agree with their Isley Brother outfits looking like, Power Rangers and so forth, while we don't agree with that, you need to understand this. While they are pushing Hebrew and Israelism, what they are actually doing is furthering the Jewish man's cause. See, because the black man who's a Hebrew Israelite doesn't have any power. But what he does do, being visible and being loud on all of social media, is he does what? He propels the Jewish man forward and his religion. So I believe the Jewish man is putting money in their pockets. I believe they're backed by agents. And like I said, I believe a lot of people are going to jail. I believe the IRS is watching this. People are not paying attention to this. But do you remember that documentary, The Bastards of, I forget the name of it, but there was this big-time dope dealer, and he had a lowrider called Santana. And he was stupid enough to get on social media bragging about Santana, bragging about the money he had like the IRS wasn't watching. You know what they did? They went and captured him, took Santana, sold it in Japan. I think it was for $600,000. They took all of his their holdings were captured. So I'm saying we are foolish if these people don't think they're being watched, and so many people are going to jail talking about having sex with children. They're going to use that pedophilia and that gang stalking that everybody's doing, thinking it's okay to do. They're going to use that, and you're going to say, this lady said a bunch of people are going to go to jail. I'm telling you, I've read this kind of stuff in other countries where people have gone to jail, and it's going to happen here, I guarantee you. So that's what I wanted to say. We need to be conscientious. We need to be mindful thinkers, not just aware that we're alive and that we have sex and eat and that somebody might kill us. Ain't shit but to do that. That's all these people are arguing, and they lying about half the shit they claim they got knowledge for anyway. People just want to show the knowledge on what they understand, within their scope of understanding.
Can y'all hear me? This, you feel me?
Yeah, I can hear you. You want to go ahead? You want to go, Charles? Go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going. I was talking, and I guess y'all couldn't hear me, because I'm not sure. You said something pedophilia and something else. I'm not sure.
No, that's a little bit in depth as far as the Hebrew Israelites. Pretty much what she was talking about.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was totally lost on that one, bro.
You said that. You said that was too strong. That you don't think I should have said that?
No.
I just didn't know what you were talking about, where that came from.
Oh, okay. Well, saying that it's okay to have sex with 11-year-old girls as long as they're ministrating, you will go straight to frickin' jail, just like in Monopoly. Go straight to jail.
Hey, Josh, you remember that show that we had? We was talking about. As far as black people looking up to celebrities. I forgot the title. It was so long ago. We've been doing this for probably like close to a year now. And that dude came on, and he was trying to justify what R. Kelly was doing.
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah. It got mad.
Right. You feel what? That falls under the category of Hebrew Israelism. You feel what I'm saying? It kind of does. That's why he was trying to justify it. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his understanding. And let me say this. I want to get your opinion on this. All these Moorish scientists talking about paperwork. You ain't got your paperwork.
Oh, yeah.
And you calling yourself black. That's why they treat you like that. But hold up. Most deaf got Moorish paperwork, and they summarily kicked his ass out of this country, and he can't stay in South Africa. And Moorish paperwork don't work over there? It don't work here? What's the deal on Moorish paperwork? Because most deaf got some.
I had a huge debate with a fake Moor, because he didn't even have his paperwork, but he just constantly kept telling me, don't call us black, we're Moors, we're this, we're that. I run into those people a lot on social media. You feel what I'm saying? I really do. You feel what I'm saying?
It's helpful.
Of course it's not. It's not helpful. I don't feel as though it's helpful for you to degrade somebody that wants the same thing that you want. But if I want the same thing that you want, I should take you as is. But let's just say if I'm a Moor. We're just saying if I'm a Moor, right? And I want the same thing that you want. We agree with everything. But it comes down to it. The reason why me and you can't rock out is because you won't claim yourself to be a Moor, even though I claim myself to be a Moor. That's almost like a gang initiation. Think about it.
But isn't it inspiring people to break the law, therefore putting themselves in jeopardy, needing more money at the end of the day? Right.
They're saying that you're immune to certain laws. Like, no, you're not. You're not. I'm sorry.
You're going to lock your black ass up.
What about people who are in jail? What about people? I heard somebody say, since y'all got all that paperwork, why don't y'all get Dr. York out of jail? I'm saying they need to stop with this stuff. They're just doing the most. And I want to say this lastly. The Moors don't respect us as readers, the general public. See, because I understand that the wealthiest Europeans that the Moors taught to navigate and so forth, they call themselves black nobility. The Pope with the most power is called the Black Pope. See, I got a feeling that the Moors are going to get black folk to stop calling themselves black, and then it's going to be the white people that start calling themselves black to get the reparations. See, I'm not following no more because they try to say that the European man had just come out of caves. He didn't know how to bathe. He didn't know how to do this, but he was able to trick your black ass out of everything. So I don't subscribe to that. I don't subscribe to that, and I'm just so sick of all these virtual scholars. And they debated on evolution, but they did not talk about viruses. They're making us look bad as a people. I think what we need to do is raise our families, get back to tribal living, take care of your mama, your daddy, your grandparents, your children, your nieces, nephews. Get in agreement with your family members, and do things together.
You know what? I agree with you.
That's revolution.
I ain't gonna lie.
And the simplicity of it is beautiful. My bad, AJ.
Jeff.
No. I swear, I was just about to blow a stack for real, man. Like, it's
Yo,
black people
please.
out here right now. It's just black people out here right now that would literally break a bottle on the curb and stab their cousin over an argument over $50 that happened in 2009. But when it comes,
You're breaking up a little bit too, AJ.
But when it comes to basically you getting your paperwork to be a war or you becoming a Hebrew Israelite, you feel what I'm saying? They love these people to death. You feel what I'm saying? But they will go against the see, I feel as though there are a lot of black people.
Your phone still. Your phone. It's not like you cutting off. It's like you like going in a tunnel every few seconds.
Okay. Am I good? Am I Gucci now?
Yep, definitely.
Okay. You feel? I feel as though that not all. I don't like making blanket statements, but I feel as though it is a select few of black people that are just basically looking for a leader. When we all are leaders, you feel me? I understand that it is certain people that need to be spokesperson for the entire community, but if that's all that you want and you don't want nothing else, you don't want to basically practice these things, you want somebody to do the groundwork for you, and you just want to claim something, this is a stagnant action. It's very stagnant because what happens when I'm gone, if I was the leader or if you was the leader, and I didn't do any groundwork, any paperwork, who's going to step up? Now we're just in another state of disarray, like we've been since we've lost a lot of not only our political fighters and our leaders. It's been like that since ever since we've been free, pretty much.
Well, let me ask you this then. Let's take the flip side. Maybe the conscious community is not stringent enough, and when I say that, maybe we just because we don't have clearly defined rules and guidelines. So maybe we talk about consciousness being a new religion. Maybe we looking at maybe me personally. Maybe I'm looking at it the wrong way. Maybe we do need to have more rules and regulations to make it easier to say, okay, this is something that we've all agreed on. We'll do this and we won't do that. Maybe we should take a couple more cues from religion in that aspect.
It's never. I mean, it's never going to be a handbook on how to love somebody that look just like you. You feel me? I can name.
But can I object?
I mean,
okay.
Okay, hold on.
I have to
answer this question.
Shouldn't it be?
I have to answer this question. Name the Asian guideline for unification for Asian people. Name the guideline for Mexican people or Spanish people or white people. You feel what I'm saying? It's already a mental understanding that they look at each other and they know that that's all we got. Nobody can love you as a brother the way that somebody that look just like you rock with you, and that's why black people are so spread out right now.
Yo, can I say something?
Yeah, that's true.
Jobs to what you said, as far as having more rules, that's the beauty of being conscious. But that's the beauty of being conscious, because my conscience, or however you want to put it, might not be as strong as your consciousness. You understand what I'm saying? But my conscience might work for me. You know what I mean? I think that's the beauty of it. I think all of us coming from whatever background we came from, it was nothing but these rules and regulations. You know what I mean? You got up for temple, or you know what I mean, or for Sunday service, or whatever. You know what I mean? On the Sabbath, whatever, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Our whole community is different. You know what I mean? It's just different. You know what I mean? And it doesn't have all of those rules and regulations, and God, and that's the beauty of it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Because you guys do what works for you.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah.
I want to ask you all this. There's another thing that we continue to overlook, and that is mental illness in this so-called conscious community. A lot of us know that many of these people are crazy as hell, but when they have behavioral issues, when they have conduct disorder, they do something that's way off the mark. 2 days later, they right back on point because guess what? We forgot about it. We after 2 days, they do some really crazy, foolish stuff. A week later, they back the guru. They back on top. They back debating. They back doing this and doing that. No, you have behavior disorders, and you need to sit your ass down somewhere. So I'm saying,
but
if there's a fine line between mental illness and being conscious, that's a problem. Do you agree?
Okay. See, now,
I
want to bring this point up. I want to bring this point up because this is how unification works. You feel me? Let's talk about the story that happened recently with the officer in New York. His name was Peter Liang. He was an Asian dude, right? Do you remember just probably like over 60 days ago, where Asian people was marching and they had the All Lives Matter and they wanted black people to basically, you feel what I'm saying? Because it was a story about police brutality. But what they didn't tell black people was that this officer killed a black man. You feel what I'm saying? So now what they did was they unified and they brought all of their resources together. You feel what I'm saying? They didn't go under a culture. If one Asian person was Christian or another one was wherever he was. You feel what I'm saying? It didn't matter because they already knew that they're under a state of white supremacy. So they stuck together. And what happened to that cop Peter Liang that killed that black man, Ariel Gurley? I cannot pronounce his name correctly. He got off. The reason why he got off, the reason why he got off is because they stood together. Now,
their experience
for some reason
is totally not like ours. You know what I mean? So we require a different set of solutions than they would.
But whose problem is that, though? Is it their problem? Because obviously they get things corrected and done. And
you know why they got
that is exactly.
They can do that because they know who they are. They can do that. They know who they are. They know their history. They know where they come from. They have a sense of self.
Now, I understand that. But hear me out, though. If you know for a fact that you're a black person in America and all these things are happening to black people, why in the fuck are you arguing about where you originated from? Because it doesn't matter when you're looking down the barrel of a gun in front of a race soldier. Why should it matter? Everything should be put to the side at that point. If you're black and you're in America, you're on my side. I don't care if you're conscious. I don't care if you're awake or not right now. I'm going to lead you to it. You feel what I'm saying? Because the same thing can happen to me or you. That's how they're looking at it. And nobody is playing the game like that. You want to lead me into something that you believe in. I don't care what you believe in at this point in time because we are victims. We are the targets right now. Why can't you just put that shit right to the side?
I happened to catch it was some Steve Harvey show yesterday for about 10 minutes. And well, hold on, because he actually what he said, I'm about to relate it to consciousness. And basically, in essence, what he said was when you get some new knowledge, it doesn't change your personality, it changes your knowledge base. And I think that goes back to what she was saying, as far as like some people were mentally ill. We all got some issues and we all got our ups and downs. But yeah, there are some mentally ill people in every facet of everywhere. But my point is, a lot of people think that they can learning a lot is a beautiful thing, but it doesn't change necessarily your personality. And sometimes you need to look in the mirror and realize that your conduct needs to catch up with your knowledge base.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about the rest of y'all.
Let's really.
So then that's how you know you're not conscientious.
But
that's what I was trying to say to
this
you.
whole situation. Let's really dig into this whole situation. You feel what I'm saying? Why are so many black people in the black community, you feel what I'm saying, have mental disorders? You feel what I'm saying? Is it A?
We live in a war zone.
We live in a war zone. You feel what I'm saying? No 7-year-old child should be seeing his first murder in front of him. He doesn't live in somewhere where as though that people are fighting over land. You feel what I'm saying? This is supposed to be the land of free. Is it B? Is it B because of the housing projects that they built to specifically put us in, and they painted these houses, you feel what I'm saying, with poisonous things? Is it C? Is it what's going on in Flint, Michigan right now where they're poisoning us in the water? Or is it D, all of the above?
Which one is it?
Okay,
so
John.
now we really have to.
Yeah, straight John.
I had to do it. I mean, all of these things are put against us. You dig what I'm saying? And then they tell. It's like you put me in the mousetrap, and then you blame me for not getting out the mousetrap. But then when I get out the mousetrap, you. No, my bad. Go ahead.
But that's what I was saying, though. As far as like when you were, my bad. But when you were comparing it to the Asians, and that's what I was saying. You know, their reality and our reality completely different. Their existence in this country
that's true.
completely
it was
different
at one
from
point.
ours.
But it was at one point in time. That's true. You're right. You feel what I'm saying? But it is one point in time in history, you feel what I'm saying, when the British came over there, you feel me, and they was basically drugging a lot of the people over there. They was giving them opiums and all these things. They came together as a community and said that they are attacking us. They don't care what our religion is. They are attacking us, and they're looking at us as a profit because we can sell them these drugs. You feel me? So they didn't care about anything that they believed in. They say, you look like me, and this dude look like me, so we're going to get him off the drugs, and we're going to fight back. Now, instead of us doing that and putting everything to the side, we're just saying, well, we can fight this only if you follow my religion. We can fight this only if you're cautious enough. Why are we doing that?
And you know what?
Why?
It's crazy. It's like we're fighting against white supremacy and for white supremacy unknowingly by doing that.
Oh yeah, you already know the video I made. Black people are the guard dogs of white supremacy. Yep. Let's keep it 100. Yep.
Hey, but what about this? You used Ho Chi Minh. That's who you're talking about with the with the drug issues that they had. But look at what he did.
Correct.
He made it this way. So that he did this, he implemented this. The people began to police themselves. And he told them, you can, I'm going to give you a choice. I understand you were poor and hungry and you had to sell dope to feed your family. But I'm going to give you a chance to stop selling that dope and work and police the communities. And we're going to help you and do as best we can for you. But if you sell dope again, we're going to kill you. If we catch you selling dope or doing foul things in the community again, we're going to kill you. So you either get a little money or get – so wait a minute. This is self-policing. So if even if you live in the projects, where are the people who are saying if you shoot over here, if you sell dope over here, some of us going to have to just, bite the bullet and you're going to have to be taken care of.
I will answer that question. Now, the difference between that and what can possibly happen in the black community is the guidelines. The guidelines are different. The way that they went about it is they say if you're going to keep getting high or you're going to keep pushing these things, we have to take you out. And the reason why is because they're trying to eliminate us as a race as far as talking about the Asians. Now, if you want to talk about black people, they're going to say that, well, if you're not going to team with us and you're not going to follow my religion as well, it wasn't no religion attached to what they was doing. They understood that it was an attack on how they looked. It wasn't an attack on what they believed in. And that's what a lot of people in the black community are trying to force you into. Everybody wants to be the chief and not the Indian. I'm an Indian.
But you feel what I'm saying? A good example of that taking place currently, and without not necessarily violent per se, but New Era Detroit.
It's New Era Detroit. I already knew what you were about to say.
The community.
I love them brothers.
They literally.
I love them brothers.
Boots on the ground, and they patrol the communities like every day. To make sure the kids get to school safely, etc. So, and I think that right there is a big reason why they have, you see them like New Era Chicago now, New Era Atlanta. That's why they're growing.
And Josh, you remember when we first started talking for real? I'd never been to Detroit in my life, but I knew about Detroit 300 because that's the type of things that I'm behind 100%. You feel what I'm saying? I know about that, and I know just about New Era Detroit because that's what we need. Everything else is pushed to the side. Everything else is pushed to the side. You look like me. It's an attack on us, and we're attacking each other. No cool talk, but you feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it realistic. We got to stop that. And the only people that's going to stop that is us. And the way that they're going to stop it is by basically eliminating us. And I would rather us stop it and you being alive and then, instead of them eliminating us, and then we just and now you're a hashtag. I would rather us do it. That's why I support them brothers 100%. And I already knew what you was about to say because that's facts. That's facts. You know, you feel what
I do wish that instead of and I'm guilty of this myself, instead of us, you know, constantly pointing out, you know, celebrity coons or this coon or whatever, totally ignoring them. To take away their ability or their effectiveness at cooning. If we totally ignored them, then white folks wouldn't be paying them.
But that's I agree. But at this point in time, it's kind of impossible. You feel what I'm saying? Because they have a bigger voice as far as being on the pedestal of being the coon. They have everybody watches NBA on TNT. You feel that's a basketball fan. They gonna see coon ass Charles Barkley up there all the time. Everybody watch ESPN First Take. They gonna see coon ass Stephen A. Smith. You feel what I'm saying? So they,
you know what I do? Every time I see Charles Barkley, I turn the damn channel to the game come back on.
I mean, of course, because you're awakened and you're a smart brother. You feel what I'm saying? But just think about that 13-year-old. You feel what I'm saying? And think about how his reaction was when Charles Barkley said, you feel what I'm saying, that Mike Brown basically got what he deserved. And how he feel when he leave out the house. Even Kenny Smith had to check him for saying that stupid ass shit. You feel me?
Yeah, Barkley's definitely a coon.
I do.
But the one thing I don't knock Barkley for is he's unapologetic and he says whatever he feels. You know what I'm saying? Right or wrong, whether you agree with him or not, yo, he don't hold no punches and waste out his mouth. I respect that.
I swear to God, yo, he could beat the shit out. I would smack him if I like. Oh my! Yo, he said he would work for the Ku Klux Klan.
I'm like that with Armstrong Williams.
That would be the worst L I ever took in my life.
Yeah, that's like you're familiar with Armstrong Williams?
He already I saw him yesterday too.
Super coon.
Where were they at? He said something yesterday though that shocked the shit out of me, and he was absolutely right. And they booed his ass. But he was absolutely right because he was like, y'all got to stop. He was like, I don't care if you're a Democrat or a Republican. Make these Democrats earn your vote. Stop giving it to them.
Right. Correct. Right. I agree with that.
He was 1,000% right about that shit. I was surprised to be agreeing with the dude myself.
Yeah, correct. Like, yo, I want to punch that dude every time I see him. Like, before he even open his mouth, I want to punch him. Yo, like, I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just.
I feel as though that we're kind of gaining ground as far as reaching other people, you feel what I'm saying, because of social media. Now, I mean, let's go by a statistical standpoint, you feel what I'm saying. Fox News, seeing that as far as looking at on television, is going down dramatically. And the people in the age groups that look at them are in their 50s and 60s. So they are basically not really savvy with iPhones and touchscreens and all that. So basically, most of the full-blown racists and people that just blurt these things out, like Nathan Inner and all those people, I guarantee you that he could not fucking handle an iPhone or Android. You feel what I'm saying? You don't know nothing about that.
Hey, but we got another caller, man. And the Queen, your call dropped. I didn't hang up on you. I just wanted to let you know. And I'm so late doing this, man. But you are listening to My Skin Is My Sin on Blog Talk Radio. From goons to guys, we welcome everybody. When we have one rule, and that's be respectful. And if you just tuning in for some reason, we are talking about is being conscious the new religion. And we really haven't come to an answer on that one. We've been kind of all over the place. It's been a very interesting conversation, though. We're going to get to 1069 right quick, too, fellas. So hold on one second.
Cool.
What's good, fam? 1069. Are you there?
Oh, yes. I'm sorry.
Oh, what's good?
Another queen. Another queen.
Oh, shit. She called me a coon, yo. Yo, meet her. She called me a coon.
Somebody called you a coon, yo?
No, I'm joking. You said so. That's real sis right there, man.
All right. It was so much y'all were talking about that me and AJ were talking about a little bit earlier, as far as being conscious, the new religion. It was in regards to economics, but I kind of wanted to touch up on that.
Yeah, I kind of body bagged. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what? It's crazy. No, it's crazy because I came up. I was thinking about it, right? I mean,
even Miles was like, AJ is right. Even Miles was like, AJ is right. You know
I'm sitting here holding the tin boot with the L on it, right? And I'm like, for a quick second, I was like, you know what? I have a crazy rebuttal for you, but I forgot because I was holding this heavy-ass tin boot. And what I wanted
I didn't want you.
What I wanted to say was,
let her get it off.
you know.
So they get around to him, man.
Right.
Oh man, I said what I wanted to say was that in regard to that old conversation, AJ, is that they had union jobs to dismantle black people from working for them.
Yep.
So
I
did have a little rebuttal. That was to me saying that we practice economics at one point nationally, and AJ said we didn't. But let's go in and talk about the conscious being the new religion. I would say it could get there. I feel like it's on the market. It's hot right now. I don't think
I know that. I agree with that.
I think that anybody could commercialize the truth, or as far as what's really out there and kind of sugarcoat it.
Shout out to Yada.
I was just about to say that. There's Yadas out
Let's
there.
Let's get right.
That's trying to sell you something. And they have, slogans. You get what I'm saying?
They marketing it. Yep.
I feel like with any religion, there is.
What's going on, man?
With any religion, you got laws you live by. You have customs that you got to wear. You have things that you have to eat, to fall in accord to your religion. Right. So I personally don't think it's a religious movement yet. I think that we have to be shaken up a little bit more in order for us to really stand on what we believe. I think that the thought of just being conscious is hot, and we have to organize as a nation. We have to stand. We need to have we need a conscious house. You get what I'm saying? I want a conscious block, something that we can stand in.
A black think tank.
Exactly. Like we need something that has.
That's a dope idea.
Yeah, we need something. If we're going to say conscious is the new religion, we need a physical place that people can go and get educated and indoctrinated in being conscious or being black and loving yourself. I don't think we're there yet, but it's getting there. It's definitely getting there.
Kind of technically, like from how I'm looking at it, let's look at what Fred had, which is one of my idols. You know what I'm saying? How
you breaking up again, AJ?
Oh, my fault. I got big cheek spots. You feel what I'm saying? But let's let's talk about Fred Hampton for a second. You feel what I'm saying? I love the brother. You feel what I'm saying? If you look at a lot of his speeches, and when he not only did he have in-house speeches that just so happened to be recorded, he spent time with people after they left. He basically was 10 toes down on the concrete. You feel what I'm saying? Bringing people in and not selling them a falsified ideology of how unification works. You feel me? Now, one thing that he always had was power to the people. If anybody know anything about the Black, it was a White Panther movement as well. I'm not saying that you need to include white people into it. You feel me? But the fact that he understood that not only that racism hit us the hardest, you feel what I'm saying? But as far as from a financial standpoint, some people don't agree and some people will agree that it's an economical warfare against all people, but it's a racial war against us. And we fall under both categories. You feel what I'm saying? And there's some people that, I ain't gonna lie, we gotta check the ass at the door. But they want to be down with us. You feel what I'm saying? But I would rather it just be in house. You feel me? Because it was a question that me and you talked about, Jaws, and it was like, well, when is it the perfect time to talk about black problems amongst white people?
You know what
I'm saying?
My thing is, I'm sorry.
No, let me, and I kind of been saying kind of the same thing for a while now. I think that we aren't using the value of the system here for churches correctly. Like, I agree with Amani. Like, we should have like a conscious
now, let's
like
talk
meeting
about,
house. What if?
Let's talk about the churches. Let's talk about the churches before the churches was brought out for real. That was basically like our home. That was black people's homes. You feel what I'm saying? That's like if we go back down to South Carolina, let's look at the church that Dylan Roof went in and shot up. That was named after Denmark Vesey. You feel what I'm saying? That was the refuge, you feel what I'm saying, for slaves that wanted to revolt against the system. That was our refuge at one point in time. It was the churches, but now it's used to make money. So if we really want to use churches, you feel what I'm saying, to be our refuge for us to be, you feel what I'm saying, to at least come together and make an organized plan, we have to look at the pastors, which what Jerome was saying since the beginning of the show. We have to look at basically
I'm thinking about it along a different line. I'm not saying
I'm down with any conscious or pro-black institution. It doesn't even have to be a church. Just give me an institution, and I'll be good with that.
The only reason I even called it a church was for basically for tax purposes.
Right.
Because there's some significant benefits monetarily if done right. You know, and I'm not saying have a pastor up there per se, you know, but spirituality is a religion.
But you know what?
By the law here,
by
it
definition,
defined as
right. But trickle in that when you kind of got, you know, the government playing in it. When you have a 501c3 contract, they dictate what you teach.
Yeah, it's a wrap after that. It's a wrap.
Yeah. So you can't, in order for you to get tax exempt, they have to know what you're out here preaching. So we can only get so far with them in our hands. Okay. It sounds good, but I feel like at some point we kind of got to isolate ourselves.
So
I know I'm kind of speaking in my fault. Go ahead, brother.
No, go ahead. So I know. Is religion a guard dog for white supremacy? For right now, where we're at.
Pete. Yes.
Is religion a guard dog for white supremacy?
Yes. Good question.
But see, that's a good question. But this is how I'll answer this, because you know I quote unquote practice a religion. You get what I'm saying?
Go ahead.
But you
I don't call it religion, but I don't call it religion. But other people call it religion. But let's just take it there. You get what I'm saying? Because this is really what keeps us separated as far as, you know, us agreeing.
Unification.
Yeah.
It's for unification. Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Right. So let's just look at it this way. So if you say, is religion a guard dog for white supremacy, right? We can't continue to counteract white people in everything that they do as their guard dog. It's like it's the same people. Like, does a Bible really kill you? Does it really kill you? It's a precept, but can it kill you? No.
It's like one of those things. I actually I'm going to say yes. It kind of does, but I'm not going there.
Okay. But
in the actual physical sense,
let me ask you this.
Yeah,
in the physical sense,
in the physical sense, yes, it does.
How?
Yes, it does. Okay.
Is it the people? Okay. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this.
I want to explain how it.
Hold on, one at a time.
You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna say this. Because from a Christianity standpoint, Imani. So please do not.
No, you good, bro. You're good, AJ. Trust me.
You feel me? So let's just say, you feel what I'm saying? Somebody has to protect their family, but in the back of their mind, they're Christian and they feel as though that, like, if I kill somebody, I'm going to hell. So they step back off the gas pedal, and next thing you know, they're dead.
But AJ, that's the doctrine of Christians. You get what I'm saying? That's not.
That's why I say it from a Christianity standpoint.
Okay. So, but listen to what you just said. Who is the action in this? Who is acting this out? Who is acting out white supremacy? That's like saying, okay.
Hey, we are.
Definitely.
We are.
No,
the ones that catching the Holy Ghost.
It's an instilled belief, but I look at it like this one brother said, I forgot his name. He said, do guns kill people or do people kill people?
People kill people.
People kill people, right?
Both.
Okay. People kill people.
Let me
make my point real quick. So people kill people, right? So we have the same group of people who has put and hidden themselves behind any and everything, behind religion, behind economics, behind a judicial system, behind images of what the norm should look like. You have people who put themselves behind any and everything, all areas of human activity. So are we evaluating the object, or are we going to evaluate the people? It's the people.
No, we're going. No, I'm sorry. We have to evaluate the object because now I'm really.
It's not.
Okay. No. Hear me out.
Okay.
Hear me out. Okay. What was the two targeted places where Dylan Bruce wanted to go at?
You gotta get your phone together, AJ.
Okay. All right. Fuck it. I'm holding my phone. You feel what I'm saying? It's off my cheeks. Pause. It's off my cheeks. But seriously though. It was two targeted places where Dylan Ruth wanted to go at to kill black people, right? He either wanted to go to an all-black college or he wanted to go with some place where black people communion at. Where's the only place that black people communion at? A church. A church.
Okay, but listen, just listen for a second. I get that, and I always said that could be, these things could be used as a preset, but Dylan Roof is the people. These are the white people who are continuously. Wait. Let me get my statement off. We could continuously create something great, and they put their name behind it and do some wicked shit. Example, we're not going to go to the 1960s.
In the 1960s and the 1970s, where did racist white supremacists go at to kill a bunch of black people at the same time?
Church. They went to a church.
But AJ, just listen to this for a second, because I wanted to make my analogy. You can keep on saying a church, right? But again, they take these things. Okay, perfect example is WIC, right? We know that WIC. We know the greater goods of WIC. It was women, infant, and children, and WIC was created by the Black Panthers so that they could feed poor families. Basically.
Correct. Right.
The white man took his hands, put his hands in that, and now if you have a man in the household, you can't receive WIC. At least in my state, you can't receive WIC.
That's everywhere.
Okay, so that's a perfect example of when you have something good, and they put their name behind it, and it's tainted. So it looks like, the women are the ones who are taking these measures to get something that's beneficial for their family, and they're isolating themselves from a man who is supposed to be the provider. So
white people are not taking the churches anymore.
No,
I'm
just saying it's not the thing. It's the people. The people need to be reevaluated.
But why do these people? Okay, let's be realistic. Why do these people want to? You feel what I'm saying?
with all this knowledge out there, why do they want to go to these places still to this day? Because they want to
ignorance
believe
is
in
bliss.
something. Thank you.
Ignorance is bliss, man. Ignorance is bliss. I mean, bottom line is it don't matter. Like, it don't matter if somebody's gonna believe something. It don't matter what you tell them.
But that's not true, man. It's not being ignorant. It's being, completely. Like you said.
I mean, ignorant is a bad word.
Saved your father. So.
No,
so there are a lot of instances where religion has done some good for people, so I don't want to, even though technically I guess when you look at it from a factual standpoint, I suppose, people will say, okay, well, they're ignorant because they're ignoring all of the rational facts, all the truth, but
that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Inherently, faith is basically saying I'm ignoring that. And I'm cool with that.
I mean, that's what kind of a lot of black people are doing, though.
Yeah,
that's kind of what a lot of black people are doing. I mean, because you have to think about
there are conscious assholes, though, and there are religious great people. You feel me? What you believe in one aspect doesn't have to define you exclusively through all parameters of your lifetime.
That's a great point. That's a great point.
We can all point to somebody in the past that was a religious person that was a great person nonetheless.
I mean, we can talk about Malcolm Little and Malcolm X. You feel what I'm saying? I totally agree with you.
That's a good point because again, it's not the religion because before we came over here in these slave ships, we were all dealing with our own spirituality. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? It's what they gave to us that we're dealing with, but it's those people who presented it. It's not just like, this was already their way of thinking. We had accepted their way of thinking and their way of living. They literally forced themselves on us. So this was them. It's not. It's one of those things because I know the truth.
Okay. Let me ask everybody on this call a question now. What do you practice?
Me?
I can tell you what I practice. I practice unification amongst black people.
Yeah, I see what you're aiming at.
You already know.
Okay.
Yeah,
what do I practice? I practice keeping the law, statutes, and commandments. That's what I practice.
But our biggest enemy
of your God, of Yahweh, for your God. You know what I'm saying?
No, my God is not Yahweh. But
all right,
okay.
I got you.
Okay.
I got you. No, you're right. What I'm saying.
There's no way in the world, you feel what I'm saying, that 4 black people, you feel what I'm saying, that could possibly be tomorrow become a hashtag, you feel what I'm saying, practice 4 different things and expect the same outcome. In my personal opinion, we need to uplift each other just because of how we look, because obviously they're going to aim at us and they don't care what we practice. It is not me shitting on anybody else's beliefs. It's just not.
AJ,
but it's coming from.
So in essence, we need to simplify things.
That should be, but we're talking about conscious being the new religion. Then that should be a law in this new religion of being conscious is uplifting of black people.
Rule number 1.
We don't. That should be the first one. That should be the main one.
Oh.
So we don't.
Yeah, I agree.
Well, first we have to define that. We have to make a good definition of what, at least a basement of what uplifting of black people is. Because some people's, thoughts on that is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's true as well. That is, yeah. Sadly, it is.
Yeah, I've seen people call somebody bitches and hoes under the name of teaching.
Oh boy,
I see that all the time. The time.
That is not teaching.
But you're just a hypocrite now.
I mean, honestly, I feel as though that every time I call somebody a coon was very justified, but I turned down my coon intake as far as calling other people coons in 2016.
All right, you
feel what I'm saying?
Gotta cut it down. Niggas be cooning, yo. Call it for what it is. Man. Niggas be out here buck dancing.
At no point has that ever helped anybody but the person that is calling them a coon. It doesn't help anybody else.
I agree with that too. I'm
gonna tell you the person that I'm gonna tell you the person that it helped. It helped me. I call myself a former coon all the time because I was. That's why I feel as though I have the full privilege to call somebody else a coon. If I see coonish actions, that's not saying that I won't respect you. You feel what I'm saying? When you just stop doing blatant coon shit. So, but that's a whole other topic.
Okay. Here's my question: to like jobs. This was a dope ass topic. What do you like? How can we make being? I don't even want to say conscious. I'm pro-black. How can we make this a religion? Like, what can we do?
See, I think that. No, I'm sorry, John. Go ahead.
My thing is, well, I would start, and I forget who I was talking to somebody about this the other day, but I would, we have to start like at the religious schools. We have to start at kids that show an interest in wanting to do something for black people, who don't mind, getting the documentation it takes to start up a church.
Right.
And whatever they say that we can say, you just walk through that gray area, because there's a lot of pastors across the country that preach about economics, that preach about certain things in the community. They're not supposed to preach about political ideology, even though they do. But we will be watched way more closer than the average religion. So you just avoid that. Whatever they say, quote unquote, a pastor isn't supposed to talk about, because we don't want a pastor in the religious sense of teaching you the Bible or teaching you, we don't need a rabbi or imam or whoever. We just need somebody who has the credentials.
Okay.
To facilitate
can I say
what we're trying to do.
This is what makes me mad.
Can I say this?
Hold on, AJ. Okay. This is what makes me mad, because if we want, being conscious or pro-black to be a new religion, we have to teach our children.
No, we're not. We're not saying it as okay. Let me kind of explain what the topic is about. You feel what I'm saying? We're not saying that we want consciousness to be the new religion. We're talking about the bad aspects of religion falling over into how people in the conscious community treat other brothers and sisters. You feel me? Like it's either my way or the highway. You feel me? So everybody that is.
We kind of went left a little bit.
Yeah, break that down again, AJ. Break that down, because.
See, okay, all right. Let's look at it. Let's look at the topic again. You feel what I'm saying? All right. Is the conscious community becoming a new religion? You feel what I'm saying? At first, the title was going to be called "Is the Conscious Community Becoming a Cult?" Now, you feel what I'm saying? If it becomes a cult, we talked about this for a minute. Let's keep it 100. You feel what I'm saying? But we had to soften it up for the listeners. You feel what I'm saying? Now, so when we talk about,
well, you just ruined that, AJ.
I mean, cult isn't what the cult.
My bad.
Isn't what the cult is idol worshiping. You're worshiping someone in the flesh.
But that's what people are doing in the conscious community right now. That's what we're saying. That's what people do in the religious community. Am I right? Of course I'm right. I ain't going right, because that's what they do.
True.
What the conscious community needs is a political party. We don't need a religion. We need a political party. We need a political party. It's not a church or anything else. We need a political party. That's when shit will change. That's when we talk economics. This is shit that we should be teaching our kids. This should be in a requisite in the curriculum for our children. This is why we're losing. This is why we're losing, because the European, so the false Jew community, that's what they're doing. They're teaching them that shit from the time that they can recite and retain information.
Right.
They're teaching them these things.
I listen to a lot of podcasts for real.
Why can't, even though we all have different beliefs and ideologies, right? And we all conscious and black, because I see power in that. No matter what you believe in, you get what I'm saying. I see power in numbers, and I also just see power in like the unification of the mind. I see power in both, but What I'm saying is, why can't we look at whatever religion? So you got the Moors, you got the RGBs, you got the Kemetic science dudes, you got the dudes who believe in Nawapiism, you got the Hebrew Israelites, you got the Christians. Like, look at that as different denominations. And at the end of it all, we all believe in black is great, black is God, or you get what I'm saying?
Right.
I feel like it needs to be, because I feel like at some point we're just never gonna all think alike. That's just never gonna happen. We're all.
And you know what?
Oh, go ahead.
Not enough people are okay with that. And see, like, I'm one of those people. I expect you to not. I think differently than a lot of people. So I'm not. I don't expect everybody to understand how I rationalize things, and I don't want to understand how you rationalize things. We're gonna think differently about some things.
Right.
I think we do need to simplify it. We have made it too complex. We need to, get 2 or 3 things we can do and agree on and build from that and leave the other shit at the door, And the reason I posed the question about should the conscious community be a religion is because most of our families, most people, most black folks in this country are religious, period. And I think that the transition from one quote-unquote religion to another would be easier to get them to digest the bigger picture.
It has to be done very properly, though. It has to be done properly, because I totally agree with you. But all right, okay, let's talk about Christianity and how it was given to slaves. Just real quick. Every time somebody talks about slavery and they want to talk about who was whipping them, you feel what I'm saying? Majority of the time, it wasn't the slave master. It wasn't the one person that owned the big house. So basically, a lot of them are. Not only just a black man. You feel what I'm saying? It was another white man that was basically working under the slave master. You feel what I'm saying? That wasn't taught as much. You feel what I'm saying? Because it was all about survival and I don't want you to have as much knowledge as me because you might take me out of my position. So a lot of things that we've learned from Christianity was broken language, broken English. You feel what I'm saying? That's why black people still say a lot of words. You feel what I'm saying? And we don't pronunciate them right. You feel what I'm saying? So that's actually where basically being read just a scripture and then basically building off of it came from. That's where it came from.
Right.
So if we want somebody, you feel what I'm saying, as far as we're going to do it as far as from a religious standpoint, but just, you feel what I'm saying, reboot it as far as, you feel what I'm saying, as far as black people with computers and whatnot. If you want to reboot it, we need people that can explain it and expound on it at the same time. You feel what I'm saying? We need knowledgeable people to do it. You feel what I'm saying?
They don't know either.
Everything.
They don't know either.
I didn't say it. I didn't say it. You feel what I'm saying?
I'll say it. Them niggas don't know either, yo. Look, let's call it for what it is. Call it for what it is. They don't know either. Another nigga told him.
A lot of religion
nigga told him.
A lot of religion that we did learn, we really didn't learn this shit for real. We learned when somebody told us, and then he just made a story about how they preached to us, and then we went back on the field.
Yo, are any of y'all familiar with? Y'all familiar with Jeremiah Camara?
No.
Any of y'all ever heard of Jeremiah Camara? Yo, I'm gonna send this link to all y'all inbox.
The dude, he got his own TV show. I do know who he is. You feel what I'm saying?
Yo, have you ever seen? No, he's got a YouTube dude, but he's dope. He does history.
No, his name was Jeremiah Carmichael. All right, it's another dude. My fault.
Nah, Jeremiah Camara. I'm gonna send the link. I'm gonna send one of his links to all your inbox and just check it out because all y'all gonna love it. But yo, you have to watch the history of the pastor. Like when you see the history of the pastor, yo, I swear when I first seen this joint, I went to church like a year later with my chick. I had to get up and walk out because we've distinguished that it's certain pastors that's down. You know what I mean? It's certain pastors that's down and that's kicking knowledge here and there. You got a few sprinkled in the bunch. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But when this dude describes to you the entire history of where the black pastor came from, oh my gosh, it's powerful, man.
Okay, but you know what?
The thing is,
I love talking.
Hold on 1 second, Queen.
Okay.
We got 5 minutes. I just want to let y'all know we got about 5 minutes left. All right, my bad. Go ahead.
Oh God, we did it like that.
Yo, this show was dope. This was a dope ass show today.
I really want to, because this is why I love having these type of conversations with you brothers, because when you talk, you're talking about the history of the pastor, right?
Right.
So now, I read the Bible to its entirety.
Right.
The Bible isn't a good feeling that you get out of the Christian church, because a Christian church, they give you, I'm not saying these people aren't genuine, they don't love you, love their people, but it's really a feeling. It's a whole lot of stuff that you will find in the Bible, that you would hear at a church that's nowhere in the Bible. So when you say pastor, right, just the terminology pastor, that really is about being a priest, right? And this is where the greatness of black people kicks in, because when we were ruling, we were priests, we were elders. And basically an elder is someone with knowledge who would preach the word of the Most High. And who, you get what I'm saying? Word.
Yeah, absolutely. I follow.
It wouldn't be a good feeling. So now you're talking about people, black people, because this is what we're, I could go on and on, but I'm going to try to, sum it up. But this is what we were supposed to do. We already had a convicting word, a way we carried ourselves when we preached, about God. It was never just like, it wasn't something that was made up. So when people talk about, pastors, yeah, I'm sure, it wasn't something that they gave to us. We've been doing it. We've been able to deliver, the word of the Most High. It wasn't just like, white people taught us how. Yeah, I'm sure they did that, but some of these things is already in our spirit. You get what I'm saying? How we can
absolutely.
Yeah. I guess where I was coming from was from a Christian standpoint. You know what I mean? As far as Christianity and us coming to Western civilization is what I'm saying is basically what I was speaking on as far as the history of black pastors.
If you want to look,
where I'm coming from is an identification standpoint. Us identifying these are the laws of religion in this country. How can we exploit that to our benefit? Not only that, there is something inherent in a pastor who is able to accumulate 1,000 people in a church. There is something about them that we did not identify early enough and cultivate in a different way. Because he's a leader, he just was, we can do a better job early on identifying our young, and you can go to an elementary school and you can point the leaders out on the playground.
Right.
That's what I swear I wanted to say.
We don't do that constructively and build from that. You know what I'm saying? And I think we can do a better job with that too.
I wanted to say that, you feel what I'm saying, because earlier we were talking about preachers being looked at as leaders, you feel what I'm saying? But let's just remove the church away from him. You feel what I'm saying? Is he a leader as far as talking to these people if he didn't have a place to basically teach these things? Now, the same way that his voice can still resound and touch other people, he doesn't need the church to do it, but just so happens he has a church that might be funded, you feel what I'm saying, by the government or whatnot, but that's not my problem. But what I'm talking about is
that is funded.
It is, but I'm just basically speaking on how he can uplift these people's souls. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I ain't gonna lie, I don't want to toot my own horn. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of people used to listen to me. You feel what I'm saying? Me.
Right. Just like a lot of people listen to Polite, Sarah, like all these brothers. You get what I'm saying? This is something that is in our spirit to have a word that can uplift people. It's not just exclusive to the Christian church. And this is the importance of knowing
in them.
Yeah, this is a good reason why we need to understand our history, because this is not some shit. I know what they did. I know how they separated us, but this goes back to my whole point that we have to stop pointing our finger at the thing and start looking back at the people, because they are the problem. We always
we're gonna wrap it up.
I do.
On that note,
I was just about to say, I do want to say this for real. Every time we even get close to sniffing about the word religion, anything else we wanted to talk about, we're not going to talk about. It just falls back to religion.
No doubt.
It was a good show, though.
It was a
good show.
It was a good discussion, though, man. I enjoyed myself. And before we go, man, I just want to say, don't forget to check out the groups, All Black Everything and My Skin Is My Sin. I did have to start the event over, so if you are in it already, please add somebody to it. We'd definitely appreciate that. Don't forget to check out the website, myskinismysin.com. And we will be having the second Conscious Olympics next month. We close to $200, which actually is 200, more than I thought we'd get. We're trying to get 1,100 so we can have some nice little prize money. But whatever the case
donate.
We're gonna have cash
Black
prizes.
people are so no, I ain't gonna do the I ain't gonna do the Uber. I ain't gonna do the Uber. Trifling muck. Nah, I ain't gonna do it.
Yo, just all jokes aside, yo, peace to everybody. Yo, the show was dope, man. Like, it was a dope show today.
Man.
Dope show.
No doubt, man. Salute to y'all, man. We love y'all. Anything you want to add to that, AJ?
Man, I love y'all, man. I'm glad that y'all just stuck with us, man. Just listen to us, you feel what I'm saying? Dialogue, y'all input to us, you feel what I'm saying? Disagreeing everything possible under the sun and doing it in a respectful manner. What else more can we ask for, man? MySkinIsMySin.com, man. Holla at us.
Peace out. Have a good one, fam.
Peace.